Yeah. Sharing mode engage. No wonder people ain't watching us, because Timcast is live right now too. We gotta compete with no wonder. Yeah, you like my picture. I'm just trying to get the clicks. Goofy thumbnails always get the clicks.
Oh, we forgot to mic mute before we started the show.
Oh, hey.
I guess we're starting the show because there's a 1. There's a 2.
2.
No mystery on the beginning of the show today.
Nope. You get some real behind the scenes action.
I know, right? Hopefully the things are coming in good because Dan found a new microphone to try out, folks, to minimize the echoing and whatnot.
Yep. Figured maybe it was Mike being silly. See if these don't go as high as the other one either. Yeah.
Right. So then maybe we'll get some books for you or something, or yeah.
More hard drives.
You just hold it with the
That's what we use as elevators here.
Yeah, there's more now.
Elevate things. Yeah.
But welcome back to the Truthercast, home of the Truthercast. We are here to take your truth order. If you are not a frequent comer buyer of the old Truthercast, I do thank you for stopping on in. We are attempting to not just be two more guys out there on the old internet complaining and bitching and moaning and being black-pilled and annoying. But on, quite the opposite of this, I'm here to try and offer a little bit of hope, a little bit of insight into the positivity and the things that are going on in the culture war, how we're currently swaying this to actually be winning, and then, along the way, maybe highlight some kind of news or something that is a little bit more of the off the path, the stuff that you might not find in a mainstream news feed or something where you haven't curated your feed as good as maybe you could. If you are here on your own regard, you probably got a decent feed already if we're showing up hot damn. So make sure to sound off in the live chat down below or the comments if you're watching the replay. and let us know what you think about the topics we'll be traversing here tonight. Or let us know about something that we didn't cover that you think, maybe needs more awareness so people can find some realization about it and all that kind of good stuff. If you are a frequent flyer of the show, I do appreciate you for coming on back. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you being a part of the Truther Tribe squads.
Truther Tribe.
Yeah. And if you would like to be more of a Truther Tribers and follow along throughout the week, or maybe even ship on into the postings, you should come join the locals community. This is the non-big tech censored kind of platform where you can come and hang out, and we can talk about all the kind of alt news, independent journalists, citizen journalists, all that kind of shit throughout the week. And if you would, you can join that for free. If you would like to chime in and post or comment, you can join the Truther Tribe Primo squad. And to do that, it's just a few bucks. But if you still want to make it even cheaper, make sure to use that promo code Better News Feed. Save yourself a few dollars. It's not too bad. But Mr. Dan loves to make sure you got a free and cheap way to help out around here as well.
Times are hard. Everybody's saving some bucks. So we got to be aware of that and conscious. So the free way to keep us up to date with all your fellow friends and family is sharing. That's it. All you got to do is share, because it's caring. At least that's what was indoctrinated into us as young ones. So we're just going to roll with it because it seems to make sense for the most part and not overthink it. So 2-3 clicks.
Definitely
That's
don't
all it
overthink it. Like I overthought how you didn't tell anybody how to not be a hoe this week.
Yeah. Avoiding saying hoage. You caught me. I was.
If you don't want to be a hoe,
it was avoidance.
You could share the show.
Yeah.
Oh, you weren't feeling it this week?
I was just going to see if you'd say anything about it.
Oh, no. Yeah, we definitely got to tell people how to not be hoes, because sharing that show helps you not be the hoe.
Part of this awareness brings realization is just the realization of there's so many hoes and we need just a slightly less amount of hoes. Not none. Definitely not none. You got to have some.
Kind of a non-zero
There's a
number.
balance to the world out there, guys. You can't just take all. We don't not want all of them, But we're at a point, guys, where we got to start getting serious and getting the next planes of our farmland set up.
If we
you
had
know
none,
what I'm saying?
How would Elon Musk have another kid?
True. Yeah. Make a good point.
But yeah, folks, the shtick here of the building of the Better Newsfeed, man, is not just to build your newsfeed, but help the others around you. So, we got a little thing over on the website, which right now you can't see it because it's more funny when things are broken. But you can come on over here to the Truthercast website. Is it easier if we do this view? We go. There we go. So if you come on over to the truthercast.com website, the link is in the description box down below, or just type in Truthercast podcast into the search box and we should come right up. But you can come on over here, check out what we're all about. I got the information on here and bullshit. You can jump to the live page, and watch us here, but you're already on Rumble. That's the home planet you want to be on, man. If you're on the YouTube, definitely come on over to the Rumble. But the key here about the website is you go right up here to the resources, and then you go to the recommendeds list, and then it helps you just pull this up easy on like a mom, or maybe like a dad, or maybe like a brother, sister, cousin, friend, or like coworker's phone or something, It helps them build a better news feed. I haven't seen the Wolves in Finance in a long time. He hasn't been popping up in my feed, but I love this guy. This guy's putting out good information.
I'm sure he still has recent videos, just aren't seeing them.
Yeah, they're just not coming up.
He was probably getting way too good.
Or no? No, he's been putting them out. They're just not putting them in my feed for some reason.
Yep. He's speaking too much truth. They're shadow banning him.
Man, shadow ban. But yeah, you can build a better news feed for not just you, but somebody that is, information curious. Mr. James O'Keefe got to be on that feed, man. We covered a few of his stories last week. They were bangers. He's out here, you know.
Dude, his disguise was too good. He went over the top. I was over the top.
With the crazy hair. Oh, damn. He didn't even disguise on this one. What's this one, man? This one came out. Yeah, this came out this week. What's this? I didn't see about this yet. Let's check this one out.
So the new contract is basically close to 100 million.
What's the percentage that ATI will retain from that 100 million?
65 for us being the prime,
Got it.
and then 35.
So 65 million.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a good deal right there.
I did see, he said this was the first time. Okay, this is the fastest an administration has ever responded to a thing that he exposed. And it was that one from last week where it was like, they were doing something about like making companies and milking the taxpayer money or something, right?
Yeah, just shimming a little off the top.
You know,
Just like with NGOs.
right.
We posed as headhunters looking to hire someone who could get us government money contracts with the IRS.
And you pay these like Accentures to do the job. And so it's really minimal work. Yes.
Honestly, that's really, in reality, that's what's happened. I'm not talking bad about my firm, but yeah.
It appears as though these companies are just shell companies, just pass-throughs.
It sounds like you're a pass-through.
Yeah,
Pass-through. Pass-through. Unless Elon comes in and changes the law. You take out the pass-through, so to speak.
I don't think they will dare to touch the native, Americans, the native Indians.
They're not going to touch the Native Americans. It's a layer of protection. Man, most people don't even know your ATI name.
But they make good money though.
They make great money. I mean,
Yeah, that was what it was called, the ATI thing, but we were just not 100% sure
This
of
just
it.
is a perfect example. Goes to
Brain
show
awareness.
people are not aware because I mean James O'Keefe in our sector obviously is very popular, but this dude wouldn't even come on any of these guys' radar apparently in like a decade because they have no idea. He's not hiding himself whatsoever.
Yeah, this is no wig this time, just a pair of
And
glasses.
they have no idea it's James O'Keefe. Like you've never seen that face before. If I see it, I'm gonna be like, wait, I know you from somewhere. This guy just is like, yeah, some random guy, and I'm just gonna tell you all the beans to this operation.
Right? Like if I was getting stung by James O'Keefe, I'd like sit down and be like, oh, gotta go.
Yeah. I gotta go to the bathroom, and then you just don't show back up. Like
65%. Nobody even knows your name.
They make great money. I mean, you fly under the radar, you take 65%, nobody even knows your name. Nice work.
Hermage Crutchfield as the CEO, and his wife, Olympic swimmer Marina Molyeva as CFO. His business partner Scott Deutschman as CDO, and the Susanville Indian Rancheria seemingly playing no role at all, other than to appear as 51% owners, but only on paper. They're raking in hundreds of millions of taxpayer dollars in federal contracts, outsourcing 80% of the labor to subcontractors, well above the legal limit of 50%, essentially serving as a pass-through company. We actually hear the words pass-through in these undercover recordings stated by multiple employees.
And I tell you, pass-throughs are a great thing as well.
And according to Cassis versus United States, well, they may be committing wire fraud, conspiracy for fraudulent inducement. And within a couple hours of releasing that video on Monday, the administrator of the Small Business Administration, Kelly Loeffler, announced that the SBA will officially...
Within a couple hours. He wasn't kidding. The fastest ever.
Yes, Styles. Those definitely are some Clark Kent glasses that O'Keefe wears.
Oh, what up, Ben Styles in the chat?
be conducting an investigation into ATI government solutions and the Susanville Indian Rancheria, and that there is a full review underway for the entire 8A program, acknowledging billions of dollars in federal contracts have been run through shell companies, pass-throughs, and other illegal schemes. Maybe we'll finally see some of that accountability that you've all been hoping for. As we released the piece, I noticed hundreds of comments from people that have had their own personal experience with these schemes. Kelly Loeffler encouraged
One of the first comments in the video was "Mash Man." Is that you? Do you have another alias?
Dun, dun, dun.
Except it was like MASH.
Well, see, when I go undercover, I don't wear glasses, so then it's like, it was Scott.
Whoever that person was, I'm going to guess that they must like mashed potatoes a lot.
Possibly.
To reach out and report such schemes to the SBA complaints and submission form at sbax.sba.gov/OIGCSS. Now we introduce you to the next individual at ATI we caught on tape, introducing Senior Director Anish Abraham.
So the company that I work for is ATI Government Solutions, and the title is Senior Director, and I do the programming.
Yeah, so the opener was like, the quick TLDR version, man. Like, yeah. Audio's a little choppy on the video.
It's not Patel that it almost I could see how he kind of looks like a bigger version of Patel. But it is Anish Abraham, an ATI Government Solutions Senior Director.
Interesting that Abraham went with the last name.
Anish.
Very interesting, but that's our James O'Keefe update for the week. There you go.
And he's just out there keefing.
James O'Keefe. But definitely don't forget that, like every week, this episode is sponsored by me, Scott, my company, Revival Tech. Help you out with your computer. Like-minded tech guy, a fellow alternate news, conspirator to help you out. So click on the link down below, signup.toleratetech.com. If you got a computer and you use it more than a couple times a month, probably a good idea to get connected with me. But click on that link. You can check out more details on that. But good way to help the, help the lights stay on around here,
Yes, that's totally what I said, Styles. All brown people totally look alike. Yeah, that's exactly how you could take those words.
It's like he already knows
them
you.
From me. Well, that guy actually has some facial features, like mostly the eyes just being a little extra open. And then the facial hair. That's pretty much what makes them.
I can't make out if he's like Samoan or Indian or what. And then he was talking about Native American.
The two features that I use, the two features that I use to gauge that they look similar have nothing to do with skin color.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, I definitely think that each race thinks all the other races look kind of similar because your brain's not set up to like catch all that as much.
Honestly,
because most all races think the other race.
How is it not? You're denying. This is just like they're denying what women are.
Mm-hmm.
You are denying the facts, literally.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, everybody's a similar shade. So guess what? If you had all the same type of wood 2x4s on the grate, and you're looking at them, and you explain to somebody a very certain board, there's not going to be many things you can describe off of that are going to be differentiating. Brain obviously sees something of pattern. What's the pattern? Oh, same color. That's all. Of course they're similar. It's the same color. What do you mean? You're denying the fact. It's just because somebody now put ethnicity into it, and then the stereotypes is like, oh, now you're like, we didn't even put the stereotypes. It's literally just like that guy might. Oh, how do cops take descriptive factors in there when they're making a case? Was he white, black? Was he Indian? Oh, wait, and forms we got to write out, which if a blind guy, even actually that's a good, well, if a guy went blind, I don't know if a guy from the start blind would actually then, see, that's interesting. Can a blind guy be racist? Question of the night.
Stick on the main
Chat,
one.
here's the question of the night. Can a blind guy, born blind, is it possible even for a born blind guy to be racist because he can't even see different colors? Yeah, damn it.
For viewers
This is supposed to be for the chat, not you. Now you're squirreling.
Riddled.
Comedic side note.
Because I'm blind don't mean I'm dumb.
How?
It's a classic. If you're not familiar, Dave Chappelle, the blind racist.
I'm always good to interject with some Chappelle. He is one of the best mediators of our time.
But good.
He makes fun of all different races, all different types of people, all different intellects, yet all of them are laughing together, which is why comedy is important, and everybody trying to ban comedy for saying certain words and whatnot.
Right.
You just sensitive Sallies that are egotistical and want it to be all. You want your cake made just for you. You don't care what other people like in flavor. You want it just for you. It's a selfish thing at the end of the day. That's what it is.
And I like your wood example though, man, to go back to that one. So you're like, hey, I need the one that's like kind of like this shade, this light brown. What do you mean, bro? They're all like, light brown. What do you mean? And then what do you go to? You go like, no, the one with the two big holes on the head of it.
I hope my 2x4s aren't like that, but yeah.
Like you go to other descriptors, it's not like now you're like board racist.
Yeah.
I'm trying to delineate and tell you which board I'm talking about here.
You know what it is? Because back in the day, it would have been an obvious and not have to be stated because brain goes, oh, that obvious, like we see the pattern. We're going to go off the obvious. Oh, same color. Now we have to go to differentiating factors other than that because obviously there's the same shade.
Did how you describe things in the world.
Well, guess what? People didn't have common sense and got really like idiotic for a while. So guess what? We have to say the thing we figure we shouldn't have to say, but we're going to say it just in case because this person may not actually know. Even though like 99.5% of people know, this guy won't know, and I gotta say it just for my liabilities. Shit, that's another one, honestly, right there. Liability.
Well, sure, yeah, that too,
because
right?
all that bullshit of people trying to weasel their way into a
Drinking
lawsuit.
the coffee, it is hot and may burn you.
That's an interesting one that was kind of like told twistedly how it really went to, but yeah, good.
It's not still on the cup.
Totally fine example.
It's on the cup.
Comparable.
Right. Absolutely crazy.
But yep, it's just a simple pattern. That's all it is.
Right.
Brain is going to look at what's similar and then go from there.
And speaking of pattern recognition, do you know what pattern I've been recognizing lately? I've been recognizing a pattern of more voter fraud being detected.
Dun, dun, dun.
7 charged in 2024 Pennsylvania voter registration fraud that prosecutors say was motivated by, you guessed it, money. Nuh-uh. So this one actually I just saw in the feed coming from ABC News, and I was like, well, why discriminate and not just pull up a simple mainstream ABC article if they're talking about it? Because I was amazed to see this headline on an ABC article. I was like, bro, that's absolutely bonkers. Like, they straight up said 7 charged in 2024 Pennsylvania voter registration fraud that prosecutors say was motivated by money.
Let's take a look at some other headlines this hour.
So, what's interesting, though, is this is 2024.
Motivated by money? What?
Yeah,
no.
Right. No, what else they'd be motivated
Bribe?
by?
Is that why there's a law against that?
I mean, the only other thing I would speculate they may have been motivated was that cold steel to their temple of the forehead, or their temple or their forehead. Like, that'd be the only thing other than money that would probably get them to commit voting fraud.
Right. As much as I wouldn't want to get hit in the head with that cold hard steel, the sound it would probably make would be one of those weird things that you could like put on repeat for some reason.
So then I was also like, interesting. It's 2024, right? So it's not way back to 2020.
I like weird sounds.
So in 2024, like they couldn't even cheat enough because we got so many people to show up.
Yeah, we actually started getting people to involve.
But wait, I think there was a phrase for that. Oh yeah, that's right. Too big to ring, everybody. You gotta make it too big to ring, and that way we won't have to worry about the total crazy lunatic extreme leftist Democrats committing voter fraud like these 7. They're terrible people. Tell me, people say that these people are terrible. Like these 7 people that were committing voter fraud, they don't matter to anybody. They're not even coming up on the radar because we made it too big to ring. It was way too big. So that was interesting. More voter fraud. What is like the trend that we notice? And that trend that I am picking up, man, it's almost every week, every other week maybe, we've got another freaking voter fraud case. And I've got I don't have my favorite mouse. Hold on. Okay, we got my favorite mouse. We're back. We're back in.
Oh yeah. And a chat. Checking in. How does it sound? Is it echoey out there tonight? Does it sound better than normal for the frequent flyers? Nobody gave us an answer on that earlier at the beginning, but it seems like everybody's enjoying it. So hopefully it's good. That's been the longest battle we've had here at the cast. is the
Yeah.
mics. And we found out that they do goofy things on their own. They kind of like are a kid. You don't watch them for after a while, and they kind of go wandering. You got to unplug them and then replug them in, and it's like a reboot. And all of a sudden, they reset whatever settings, and then they work how they're supposed to.
Kind of like when your kid's being too bad, sometimes you just got to like knock them out and then wake them up, you know, like that. That's how it works, right?
We don't promote child violence on the show.
No, just child abuse. Wait, no, what is child
Disciplining.
discipline? Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, disciplining. Yeah, guidance.
Letting them know
Yeah.
that if they
Yeah.
keep doing the thing you
Yeah.
tell them with your words you can't do and you shouldn't, then eventually there might be actual, like, real pain response
And
other than
speaking-
just words.
And speaking of children, Daniel, we also do not promote any type of knocking out of absolute bonker and crazy, hypocritical, freaking Democrats because they make you very angry. But we over here in the middle to the right kind of thing, we just, you know, would never lead to or stoop to some sort of a physical violence nature, just like our children. We wouldn't want to, you know, beat the children. We wouldn't want to beat the dirty Democrats either, right? We just want to beat them at their game. That's all we're trying
we
to
just
do,
want
right?
to, as Scipione 4 is saying, might want to parent them a bit.
Yeah, you know, similar to the children, right?
Yeah,
That's where,
yeah.
you know, that
Yeah.
fits in,
They,
right?
they
So-
are kind of like grown children running around. You know?
So just like our good friend of the show here, Mr. Liberal Hive Mind points out, the Democratic hypocrisy is absolutely painful right now. So they say that the whole Elon Musk Doge thing was crazy, you know, because, he was going to go and take away grandma's Social Security check, right? But now, when they have to vote with the Republicans to get more Americans paid like grandma's checks, now all of a sudden they don't want to do it?
What? No, they would not. They would never project something.
Like, hey, wait, the M Styles in the chat, he might know this. Is Social Security also like SNAP, where those benefits are cut while the government's down right now? Or does like old people Social Security at least get paid? Is
Yeah.
it just broke
Good-
people that need
good
to live off the
question.
government that don't get paid?
Good question.
I forget
Is
that
it the
one.
old that already paid in their dues, or is it the ones that don't work and expect to get paid dues?
Yeah, who knows that one? Does Social Security, somebody grok it real quick, and then we don't get too distracted. But then, the second biggest Democrat politician right now is literally saying that these Americans not getting paid is their leverage.
You know what I'm saying? They are still getting paid.
Okay, so Social Security still get paid, but
And gentle parenting with lasers and wood chippers. Agreed. That's I like that.
as long as we can get freaking sharks with laser beams attached to their head.
Yes.
We can't get the freaking sharks with the freaking laser beams attached to their head.
This is absolute bananas. Preposterous.
I need
Oh.
sharks with the laser beams.
Yes. Very much.
Yeah, let's hear what Mr. Liberal Hive Mind here has to point out for us. Oh, wait.
Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel
We've got breaking news. I don't know if he covers it.
fully focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Folks, Chuck Schumer and the Democrats.
Breaking news. So
That's a great view.
if you like Liberal Hive Mind's memes, okay, at the intro of every single video he does, like this one.
Oh,
this
glad
is great.
you're bringing it up. Yeah, we
This
got
is
to
great.
promote him. Yeah, I'm glad you know.
You go. You gotta. Okay, so if you don't have a Rumble account,
he now has expanded.
if you don't have a Rumble account, you got to make a Rumble account so you can like the show here and follow other dope Rumblers, okay? Other Rumble shows. But if you like the memes, you must also help us bring more awareness by telling all your friends, family, and everybody you know who loves the memes to come on over here to hivemind.com because this is our good friend of the show, Mr. Liberal Hive Mind's new social media meme-centric website. And so far, every time I pull it up, bro, it's just banger, banger, banger. It's just like curated like none other.
Bumbaclot,
Is
just
this one
banging
good?
one after another. Yeah.
Anapolina Luna demands ban on dual citizens in Congress. Only Americans should make it. That was just like information.
Sorry for any headphone users on the Bumbaclot. That probably didn't feel good in
There's
the
a
ears.
limiter. Yeah. It should be constant volume if the settings are tuned correctly.
I bet or sound people, take note. You could probably make a setting literally called the Jamaican setting, and it would have some specific tailorings. It'd actually probably be good for you.
Will it be the soundboard? But yeah, fivemind.com. Definitely go to fivemind.com. This is not a sponsorship yet, but you know, definitely a good website to go promote, because Mr. Liberal Hive Mind has got a great show on YouTube, in my humble opinion. If you're not following Mr. Liberal Hive Mind on the YouTube, you should definitely be doing that. But definitely go and make an account over at his website to help support him there. You like South Park? Here's a South Park meme for you. Reporter, why does the White House need a ballroom? Trump, I need more room for my balls.
Oh, that's a good one. Everybody's talking. Oh, we're cutting out of the budget, but we're spending all this money on the ballroom. He is spending all his money and his friends' money on the ballroom. There's no taxpayer direct funded money.
And it's like
it is direct from donators.
Right.
Would be
and
a
Barack
good
Obama
word.
was like 350 million, and then he did basketball courts was the only thing I was hearing, but I feel like they were kind of probably underplaying it to talk crap about Obama. So I wonder what else he did when he did his renovation, because it was like 350 million I heard, and all I heard was he got rid of tennis courts and added basketball courts.
And what about that ugly monolith statue downtown Chicago? Who's paying for that?
Yeah, right. The Obama Presidential Library.
Yeah.
That's usually a fund, like what? It's probably a nonprofit, 501c3.
Yeah.
And then you get a 501c4, and then you just put all the board members in the 501c4, and then they collect money. But then the 501c3, you make it look like nobody's making money. So then it's all a Ponzi scheme anyway.
It's weird. It's like, do we learn and take advantage of it? And that's how life ends up being pretty swell. Or is that why everything's kind of all screwed up from the beginning? See, I feel like it wouldn't. This was set up this way so we can do all the smart paperwork and loopholes if you're smart, if we were gold backed. That's the problem, because our money keeps inflating. If we were able to print more, that's actually back because we can stand that we have it valued, we have the gold to back it, then we wouldn't be in such an issue. And we could do all these loopholes. And
absolutely,
just like how good accountants tell you not paying taxes is good for the economy. Like when it comes to saving, making write-offs and getting your taxes, showing that money's coming in, but keeping the money in the economy to circulate, it's a good thing.
Yeah, if you're not storing it, but the taxation money saved goes back into something to generate business
economy
or something.
And all of our, basically the value of our dollar is because of how much flowing we have. If money's stagnant, no value seen, banks don't want to let anything out, the money has to just be in the hamster wheel, turning and turning and turning.
Right.
And that way it keeps on going. If it stays stagnant, then it's not good for the money and how
got to keep the flow of money going, man. Yeah. Energy and flow is always good, right? Yep. What's Steezy talking about? What about him essentially suing himself as funds for the ballroom?
Not sure.
Yeah, I haven't heard about that one. What's that
Eventually
about?
Suing himself.
Is that what show is that? Sue me. That wasn't Super Troopers, was it? I think it might have been Super Troopers. They're doing a Super Troopers 3, I saw.
Really? Wow. Thinking about it, I don't think I've seen the second one.
It was good.
Dang. I haven't seen the second one. Shame on me.
So before the meme, social media, fivemind.com, that you should definitely go and make an account. We were taking a look at how these wildly hypocritical Democrats were saying that basically, why would they turn things back on right now? Because people not getting fed is what they're using for leverage. The quiet part out loud.
I mean, shutdowns are terrible. And of course, there will be, families that are going to suffer. We take that responsibility very seriously. But it is one of the few leverage times we have.
Calling the suffering that they're causing important leverage. Holy frickin' moly. Your pain is their leverage. They're starving people. They're causing families to suffer. Again, what the Democrats are doing here is not standing up for democracy. They're taking the country hostage because they refuse to allow Republicans to govern after winning a decisive election. They're the real election deniers now, aren't they? And of course, now Democrats across the board are all being challenged on this issue. They now have to justify these statements. And well, it's not exactly a pretty sight.
Do you wish Catherine Clark would have said it differently rather than talking about it being a leverage point?
Look, I think that Catherine was basically expressing in her own words the notion that our leverage right now are our votes. We can either give in and basically, in that case, allow the status quo to continue, which is unacceptable, or demand a concession from the president, which is simply let the American people have their health care.
More word salad nonsense. Catherine Clark herself, of course, got confronted on CNN as well.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt
just where that guy was from? Schaumburg, Illinois.
An Illinoisan dirty Democrat licking the boots of the Pritzker, I would imagine.
Part of that Chicago Blue Squad.
Oh, Lord almighty.
To the clip of an interview that you did on Fox last week. You were answering a question from Fox's Chad Pergram about blame for the shutdown. I want to look at the post here.
There will be families that are going to suffer, but it is one of the few leverage times we have.
Leavitt is looking especially at that last bit you said there, saying that Democrats, quote, are now admitting that they are intentionally causing American families to suffer with their reckless government shutdown. What's your response to that?
Well, that is right out of her playbook of half-truths, taking things out of context, and not.
Again, see, I think the whole earth is like this. They literally don't understand what their words mean.
That wasn't context. That was like the full clip right there.
Being straight with the American people.
And so the heat is turning on Democrats.
Wait. Repeat that bit. Repeat what she says, the whole bit.
Out of her playbook of half-truths, taking things out.
Intentionally causing American families to suffer with their reckless government shutdown. What's your response to that?
Well, that is right out of her playbook of half-truths, taking things out of context, and not being straight with the American people.
And so the heat is turning on Democrats. Even Hakeem Jeffries now
is doing that.
Republicans.
She's saying the Republicans are doing that.
I imagine.
It sounded like she said that's what she would do. She took was her interview with a woman when she had it? No, it was a dude. So yeah, wait, is that the same girl?
It was the comment. This was from Carolyn Leavitt, the press secretary.
Okay, yeah, okay.
So she was referring back to her, I guess. Yeah.
Oh man, they're like literally intellect of like 55 if they're lucky, or they're just straight lying to your faces thinking you are an intellect of 55 and you can't figure out that the words coming out of there. No, the words that literally mean that, what you're explaining isn't what I meant. No. My words that meant the one thing of what literally they'd mean, that's not what I meant by them, though. I just said those words and meant the one thing, but I intended another thing.
Right.
Oh,
right.
okay.
Which, I mean, can happen, but...
guess what? We might have to start prosecuting for this because it's getting out of hand. Because they keep using this as a little slip through. Oh, so you were too stupid to know your words. Guess what? Right. Stupidity no longer excuse. You messed up. You made all the rest of us suffer. You go in can and sit for a while and eat the trays.
I mean, people are going to choose their words a lot better if we did stuff like that.
Or they would actually stop doing it on purpose, which is what most of them do.
Right.
Just to try to thinking you have a 55 IQ and they're going to make you believe them, which unfortunately works for some people.
You think that one's rough? This guy's got like a 75 IQ, so he's even better at snakes tongue in for you.
Levels. If Democrats continue to not vote, reach the 60-vote filibuster, then does the party take this fallout responsibility?
No, and I disagree with the premise that we're extending Biden funding levels. That's a Republican talking point. This is not that complicated to understand. In December of 2024, a bipartisan spending bill was enacted, overwhelmingly passed in the House and the Senate, signed into law by President Joe Biden. That was in December of 2024. Donald Trump supported that agreement after detonating the original bipartisan agreement. In March of 2025, a partisan Republican spending bill was enacted that lowered the spending levels, and in our view, as Democrats, which is why in the House we overwhelmingly opposed it, hurt veterans, hurt nutritional assistance, hurt housing affordability, and hurt health care. That's why we opposed it, because that March spending bill wasn't Biden-level spending, it was Trump partisan-level spending, which they further aggravated by engaging in impoundments and rescissions in violation of the law in the 6 months that followed that March spending bill, partisan Republican spending bill, being jammed down the throats of the American people. We've made clear we will not support a partisan Republican spending bill that continues to gut the health care of the American people.
But of course, he refuses.
It's not gutting the health care of the American people. It's gutting health care of un-American people.
It was like another like spin around, jump back, fucking
look at the, do you see
salad
the,
ass.
look at the smirk on it. Did you notice the smirk on his face?
Mm-hmm.
He's literally smirking the whole time.
At all. No, it's all just Republican talking points.
I'm going to say these fancy words. You won't know exactly what they mean, and that way you won't look into it and question it. Just assume that I'm the smart congressperson here.
Of spending, except that's literally why we shut down the government, to continue Biden levels of spending. Now the pressure's on, folks. You can tell the Democrats.
That's the other one that I didn't like in his argument. It was like, bro, so you're telling me the Trump bill thingy was to spend less money. We're all kind of into that. Like, I don't think we want to do the like.
We are into that.
But then again, he's pandering to the people that think, more spending equals more people get helped and everybody's sunshine rainbows.
Basically, everybody that fends for themselves is on the one side of the table, and then people that like go grab the help, they're on the other side.
Yeah.
Like, yes, look at that. It's a division again.
Yep.
More division.
When they say they're using the shutdown as leverage, what is it they're trying to obtain out of that? What's the point? It's not the healthcare subsidy extension. That's a red herring. That's their talking point distraction that they've globbed onto. They actually put on paper, Joe, what they want. They want $1.5 trillion new dollars of wasteful spending. They want to prop up leftist news organizations with the Corporation for Public Broadcasting with $500 million. They want to send billions of dollars back overseas to social programs in foreign countries. We're not doing that. Importantly, they want to extend those Obamacare subsidies permanently without any reforms. Oh, by the way, restoring health care to illegal aliens again. That's $200 billion of their demand. That's what they're leveraging. They're using the American people as pawns in this game to leverage to get all of that, and we can't and we will not do it.
Leverage. You are starving because they can't eat their 5-star restaurant meals on a daily, nightly basis. That is literally what's going on. They are starving you so they can keep their super stupid high lobby deal money, shaving some off the top in all these deals.
It seems very much that way, we speculate, right?
Say there's a lot of evidence on the table so far for it.
All right. But yeah, dude, this Speaker Johnson is pretty damn good most of the time, bro. I think it ends up being a pretty good one, man. He's been in there for a while and hasn't got kicked out like the other ones that didn't stay too long. And he plays like the other side sometimes, and we get all pissed at him. But it's usually like you got to make deals, da da da. So I think it was pretty good when Trump backed him, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, they're okay with people suffering, but boy, does it give them leverage. For what? To appease their radical base, to show their radical base they're fighting Donald Trump. So they've made the calculation it's okay to cause suffering to families. Schumer, of course, quote, every day gets better for us. Who's us? It sure isn't the American people. It sure isn't those air traffic controllers who are working 6 highly stressful days managing safely our air traffic control system while then they leave that job to go go drive for Uber or for DoorDash. Bernie Sanders, you reopen the government and we lose our leverage. That's what this whole shutdown is about. Leverage. You hear it over and over again. The American people, especially federal workers, are considered by Democrats to be leveraged, to be pawns in their game. Senator Coons, quote, "The point of this shutdown is not just suffering for suffering's sake, but to make a point." What point? A point that you can cause suffering on other people so you can get leverage? I'm creating chaos in Washington. That's what they want to do. That's their leverage? So they can get some pat on the back from
right now. No, the point is to get those that deserve healthcare benefits they need because they dying. Guess what? You guys are like me with the farm cats. I would be completely bankrupt and broke if I did it for every single cat in Rockford and on the farm, but that's just not a possibility.
Right.
I mean, in an ideal, perfect world, yeah, but we're not there. So all we can do is do the best we can until then. We have to live in reality still. We want to live with hopium, but we have to stay real.
Right. Grounded.
Socialists and Marxists who want chaos in America. It's disgraceful, and everybody knows it.
And so it really does feel like this whole thing.
Like, guess what? Like, there's places they can go to get free help. America's not the only place. Maybe we have the best health care. Oh, yeah, maybe we run a program to where they can come in, get some, like, maybe we start, maybe, see, yeah.
Maybe go to church, man.
Okay.
Maybe just go to church. They'll help you.
They basically, all it is a play because they're like, oh, a sick refugee, foreigner, immigrant, bring it. I want to help them. Of course, everybody wants to like help somebody in need.
Mm-hmm.
We all do. Well, okay, it doesn't work the way we've been doing. Okay, so if the system, what do factories do if they're losing money building cars a certain way? Are they going to keep doing it or figure a way where they lose more money? No, they figure out how to save money, make it a better, simpler system. Oh, how about this for a simple system? Let's set up med bays, basically mini hospitals at our borders around the country. West Coast, East Coast, South Coast, North Coast. Well, not a coast on North or South, but you know what I mean. And then if they need it, they can come get seen by healthcare and they can make a certain fund. They can have a certain fund. Oh, hey, guess what? We vote on things. Let's put it on the ballot. Do you support? We have the technology to track it. Just support who wants to. It'd just be like, elected classes in college. Some people opt to elect that class. Other people don't. And it's tracked. It's on record that you are. It'd just be like your tax bracket or like your exemptions. You pick a 0 or a 1 or a 2. The same thing with this. You get to vote. When you go vote, you pick, are you in support of helping the refugees with medical at our med bay? And so then you can be put in to pay taxes extra on that. The rest of us, no. The government can still set up some program to fund it. I'm sure in a smart way. If Doge is smart, saving money or moving money from one department to another. We don't need the condoms in wherever the heck.
Mozambique or some shit.
Let's just give that money to this program. Just shovel all that money over to there. At least it's then going for a good cause. But
well, that's why we're going into massive debt, was that overspending. So that what kind of sucks about reality is like we don't even have money to reappropriate. It's just like, hey, we need to stop the debt spending and then cut that off. And then it doesn't make us more money necessarily for the things that we do want to do or something.
Yeah. We just, unfortunately, if you're going to be in this land of milk and honey like we are, you got to be tracked to, since right now we're in the debt slave. You're not going to come in here and not be tracked. Not when we got to do this. No, that's not how it works. That's why what they've been doing, because it's all been a crime. Oh, they're dying, they're refugees, and we need to bring them in to get health care, except our hospitals are only like hundreds of miles across the border in major cities, so we have to bring them in, and then all of a sudden they disappear, and then they're in our country, and nobody can track them because they're illegal. They don't have documents, this and that.
But also, if they're refugees that aren't Mexican, then they shouldn't be here anyway. They should just be in the next neighboring country that's stable to get them out of their refugee issue.
Yeah, which
the rules are supposed to work.
Yeah, well, the reality for that is, unfortunately, a lot of the neighboring countries also don't have anything to provide. That's just how good it is.
Sure.
It is over here. But when you're just like,
But you can't be a
you still
refugee
need
from
to
Mexico.
you still need to do
Right?
the process at least, just because we have to be able to track you because we're tracked. It's just not fair that you're not tracked the way we're tracked because you want to say slavery's dead. We're all freaking debt slaves. It's just the best form of slavery we've ever seen.
Right.
So it's just unfair that they get to basically live a way more lavish lifestyle, way more free lifestyle than we have, having all these rules over our heads, making sure got to dot our I's and cross our T's. So put med bays at the border so they're not dying. They get their health care, funded through the people that believe on that, which is, they say, almost 50%. And that's got to be a good chunk of money for them.
Yeah, no shit.
The money we've saved from all these other programs, if government has a little empathy, let that money still be in the budget, just like, cut it down and put it, allocate it to something that matters. Because that's a trackable towards something that matters. Right now, we're pissed because it's what we would not mind helping these people, but we know that money is lining pockets of bureaucrats.
Trump had empathy for the SNAP system and the WIC or whatever, and so he tried to peel off some of the tariff money to get them paid or some shit.
Yeah. Oh, but you didn't hear about them saying that news that Trump was trying to actually keep some of y'all's SNAP and food benefits. Only that he wants you to starve. That's the only thing you hear.
He peeled off tariff money to pay the military, and then they're using that against him. He's like, he just paid his military and nobody else. Dude, how do you spin us paying the military into a bad thing?
That'd be like you're an 8-year-old child of your family. They gave my dad all the money and not me. This is bullcrap. I need to go buy an Xbox even though we don't have money for food.
Yeah.
You're just a child. You're just a grown child finding something to whine about.
Too. You're on point today. That's two for two.
My metaphors and analogies are quite on point.
Sometimes,
we don't have commercials on this show. But if we did, I don't even know it's still dollar days. I sure hope it is because I'm starting to actually get low on the stash.
He said he was going to update it. I forget what it was, but he said he was going to do something a little bit different.
Ooh, either way. Sponsored, but not even sponsored by.
Not
just
commercial.
if you're looking to get something that is going to get your analogies on point, Form Energy will get you there. I'm wired. I'm locked in. That's what the kids say nowadays. I'm locked in.
That's the opposite of crashing
Dude,
out.
Are you getting nothing but Ultra Pouch advertisements in your feed on a bunch of stuff?
What's that?
You haven't seen it at all? Okay, so it must just be okay. That's interesting.
Marketing ads.
That's interesting. It's they're like Zins were popular. Well, it's like the new Zin, except nicotine is a what do they call it? A vasco whatever. It restricts your blood flow. So, that's way on. That's like the uncoolest of cool nowadays, dude. Yeah. Bro, I'm trying to hit my reps in the. That's gonna not help me get my pump. Oh yeah, no, I don't want none of that, dog. That's like culture. I mean, it's just good. Everybody's at the gym, but a little lunky head. But yeah, so they're like, no nicotine, and these Ultra Pouches are no nicotine. But so everybody's like, whoa, I thought I'd be all like, yeah, but I'm just calm and I'm like focused. It's like the new thing, which is weird because everybody before is like, I got to get hyped up and get shit done. I'm like fast. And now people are like, no, I need to be calm and relaxed and focused. It's interesting how it's morphed around a little bit. We're changing as a culture, but I can't go to any social media app without seeing an advertiser from these people. So I was wondering if they're literally just dumping money into marketing.
They're targeting you.
Or I'm somehow one of their hits all their algorithm. Yeah, I do want the focus and whatnot. So maybe I should try it.
Wilkinsane says it's the Form Energy, man. Oh my God, Dan is saying everything I'm thinking.
Are you drinking Orange Fury too? Maybe it's a color spectrum thing. I still haven't had a grape smash yet, and I'm aggravated.
Yes, but the Form Energy, folks, if you are in the area, I think you can get them at the Mobile on State Street. But they are from a good friend of the show, Mr. Andy Frisella, his company First Form, and definitely like supporting them because they are pro-America and Pro 2A. So definitely a good way to spend your money.
Styles in the chat. What's the Vegas over under on Snap riots? Dude, hey, have you seen that you can like bet on anything app? You can like bet on whatever the heck.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
will this light
like that.
go past 5 years of burn time? Like, you can bet on whatever. And that's basically what that would be.
Damn,
I'd almost feel bad,
Oh.
because depending on what happens, if the riots are crazy and you voted for it, you make money, but it's like at the expense of the people. Is it worth it?
Well, you see the cold.
I feel like that's bad karma.
Well, you see the cold joke answer to Mr. M. Styles' question here is, you see, you don't got to worry about Snap riots because they'll be too malnourished to even show up.
Ooh. Yikes.
They'll be like, hey.
Yeah, or they'll be too preoccupied robbing the stores, getting what's theirs, as they're saying, just stealing all the food out of the stores. They won't be rioting. I guess that's kind of a form of rioting. They're rioting the grocery aisles.
Looting the
Yeah.
that was, I'm sure, like, if you guys are into this stuff, you saw on your feed was a bunch of people saying like, oh yeah, they gonna pull my SNAP benefits. Oh, I'm gonna get mine. I'm gonna go get my groceries. My boyfriend gonna wear a mask and we gonna get them groceries. And it's like, what? And then the one you were talking about where he was like,
oh, I'm a boss. I don't work. Y'all have been paying taxes on this for so long. Now what's the deal? Y'all gonna now just stop paying for my food? That's not how this works. I'm the boss. You're the worker. You go to work. I don't work.
and
That's
it's-
your job.
I can't tell if they're saying it just for clicks, but I do believe that's a lot of people's sentiment.
If
Call me
that's
crazy.
somebody's literal belief, well, Darwinism is just gonna do its thing.
Well, maybe we can find some common ground, and the Snap Riot people will finally get the rock bottom they need to change their awareness and understanding, right? And they will actually go get a job, so then they can feed themselves to have the energy to maybe buy a first form and then go riot.
I have a slight belief that if you made a sign saying free rocks to eat here, just stand here, they probably would do it, not understanding that it's the baseball sender getting loaded with rocks, and they're gonna literally get fed a rock just at a slightly higher speed than they expected, and then they will literally line themselves up to get punted with a rock, if you know what I'm saying. To literally make it a self-sufficient system. They just feed themselves. Unfortunately, what they be trying to feed themselves is with rocks. They might not understand rocks are not very nutritious and don't have a lot of nutrient value that plants crave, electrolytes,
I think if people don't actually need the benefits, they can go kick rocks. And that's what I'm gonna go with.
That also would work. You could say, here is a rock free to kick, and they would probably kick it, and then they would realize, ow, that really hurts, and they'd have a broken foot. But they just do as they're told. So
Easy in the chat got us with the Kalshi. I believe this is the American version of the Poly Market.
This is the voting on, betting on anything. The Kalshi.
Yeah, the Kalshi. Yeah, so it's like the American Poly Market, because Poly Market you can't do if you're an American citizen or some shit. So this is the one that everybody was watching when it was like the election and blah, 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 or something for Americans. But yeah, they got a lot of stuff on here.
The food distribution warehouses in times of famine is the good idea on that.
The closest to Snap riots I saw was, will
That's
Trump
some
restrict
Walking
Snap
Dead
benefits?
type preparation.
Will Snap benefits be delayed or reduced? We're at a 79% chance.
This is too great. This is how bored we are with life. We got to bet on these things, man.
Well, it's the magical powers of the internet. You used to just have to be a DJ and go to the OTB track and blow a bunch of money on a stupid horse.
Yeah.
Now it's like, well, we can bet on the Snap
Why
benefits.
is betting on things such a thing for humans? We're like, ooh, God.
It's a dopamine hit. It's definitely a civilization
Right,
thing. 'Cause you're not worried about your
dopamine would
house.
be the root of it.
Yeah, people love being addicted to things like energy drinks or maybe gambling.
I'm not addicted to first form. I keep wanting to call it first form.
First
But
deform.
it's form energy.
Well, speaking of asbestos,
First deformed energy?
have you heard the rumor about? I don't think I've heard this one, and I've heard a lot of 9/11 stuff. So people were saying
You
this
haven't heard this one, the asbestos rumor?
It is an old. Okay, no. So I wasn't sure.
Yeah. Instead of paying like basically a couple billion to have all the work done, just get paid out, and have the destruction all done in one. It sure is conveniently like the best scenario of
Sure
like
is.
how things would have had to went for what had to been done.
Oh, Vegas doesn't offer odds on social unrest. Darn. Yeah, check out the Kalshi. Kalshi. Check that out, M Styles. Will Trump have the SNAP benefits paid like he got WIC taken care of?
Oh,
yeah.
And thinking about,
I wonder.
where was it, Steezy?
I think we care about moms and children more than just general SNAP people. So I don't know if he'll put the effort towards SNAP like WIC. WIC makes more sense. We're pro babies now, right? Trying to like help American population. So the WIC thing makes sense for Trump brand.
Backtracking a little bit here. Remember when they were talking about the suing Trump and thing we hadn't heard of? So he's saying he's pretty sure he's suing himself in the government. So then the taxpayers, like he would sue himself in the government. So then basically the faulting party has to pay, which would be allegedly in this case the taxpayers. So he's like apparently suing himself in court to then where if he wins, then taxpayers are footing the bill allegedly.
Yeah, I defaulted to the Trump bootlicker / that sounds like bullshit dar to me and said that sounds
like a whipped up rumor. One of those, hey.
Sounds like something the radical left is just saying again. That is misinformation, they like to call it, but actually they are the tellers of the misinformation here, folks. It's fake news yet again. Next week, you'll probably hear the CNN, MSNBCs saying it, and I'll actually sue them. I would never sue the taxpayers, but I love suing the fake news companies because then I get millions of dollars to put into my presidential library, which will be very awesome and much better than Obama's presidential library that people tell me it looks like a prison, folks. I think they are right. It probably seems like they are kind of right. It looks like a prison, folks.
It looks a little bit like a futuristic prison.
What does the Grok say about this?
But yes, M Styles, that would be a brilliant white knight political move, as a lot of people don't know and can't even put together unless you've been following the Truther Cast.
Doing the snap?
No, on Trump playing 15 moves ahead.
Yeah,
and
bro,
everything
no
that
joke.
looks bad, then all of a sudden 5 moves down the road after a couple other things, puzzle pieces get shifted to where you can shift that piece. Well, dude, those games, whatever happened to those? Do they still have those?
Focus. Oh, you can move that over here.
Big arms. Now what? Did you play the game where you had to move the slots?
Focus. Trump's moving the pieces.
That's part of the point, dude.
Okay. We understand puzzle pieces, chess analogy. Keep going. Or core analogy. Core analogy. You don't need to over-explain the moving pieces. I don't know.
Trump does things many moves ahead, so it looks bad. And then later on, you're like, oh, it was a whole setup like chess, and he was thinking 5 moves ahead, and this was where he was planning on having them at a checkmate. Yeah, pretty much. They can only think 2 steps ahead. He thinks 5, so then you just always win when you can think more steps ahead of possibilities down the way. Because if you can plan ahead of those, and they can't. The ratio of you winning instead of them being able to think on the fly like that is way higher odds.
And that was that PBD book we were talking about, Patrick Bet-David, if you guys are familiar with him. Your next 5 moves. So it's just kind of teaching like, hey, you got to play life like chess and be like, thinking ahead or whatever, right? And then also that's where the 5D chess bullshit comes from, right? The rumor you're referring to is based on a real development from earlier this week. President Trump is pushing his own Justice Department to pay him roughly $230 million in taxpayer funds as compensation for federal investigations he faced during the Biden administration. Oh, yeah, I'm on board. I'm on board.
Okay, so they are tying. They're tying a win of his judicially because they tried screwing him to saying, "Oh, he's actually having taxpayers fund the ballroom because there is some random court battle that he had to where he won, and now the taxpayers have to."
He's suing he's suing the government to get his own. No, actually, that's totally justified.
I don't like.
Have you heard of Crossfire Hurricane?
If it's going to the ballroom, or even if it's not, if it's going into his jet,
well, he's gonna break even.
Honestly really couldn't care because he was justified because you can't deny he has been defamed and defamated. How would you say that?
Defamed.
It would okay. Just
I think yeah.
So that's what. That's the thing in our legal system. It's kind of an important thing.
Oh, it's 100% spin, bro.
Because literally,
he sued himself. No,
the dude
had
had
the DOJ for the actions of Barack Obama and Joe Biden's administration, bro.
Yeah.
Or no, Hillary Clinton. He's suing him because of Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, and the DOJ deep state people that continued the bullshit even while he was elected in 2016.
Yeah, the whole slew of them.
Yeah, no, this is way back from flipping.
This is what we wanted and we voted for him to do.
I would 100% agree. If you're a Trump supporter, you literally voted for this.
Yeah, it's like first off, $230 million. That's actually a spit in the bucket when it comes to taxpayer funds.
Right.
And not the smallest spit in the bucket, but it ain't no $500,000. It's not $1 billion.
JS is back. Back from rolling on the floor, or now you're rolling on the floor because you're back? Yeah, so we know the rest of that, I think. Boop.
No, oh wait, so let's hold the tally. That's another mark onto conspiracy spread by the left.
I would say, bro.
I mean, you could technically say we're paying for it, but that would just be like saying a federal employee's salary is going to buy him a lap dance at the strip club. Oh, I'm not good. I don't support funding feds to get lap dances off my dollar. Well, it just is his income. Like, it's supposed to be for whatever he deems he does in his life. It's just a salary, like knowing that what he does with it. And that's just a unfortunate thing at that point. You can't deem what somebody does in their life with their own personal income. Not as good of a metaphor as I've been having. That one didn't hit quite like the others. Not as perfect, but it kind
2 for 1.
But it gets her done. It gets her done. A little rough around the edges.
I felt like this was definitely giving us a little bit of a mainstream wokey bias. It says Trump spin during a press gaggle. What a press gaggle, huh? On October 21st, he suggested the government, quote, owes him a lot of money and floated the idea of donating any winnings to his planned White House ballroom renovated project, like you called it, which he's already touted as no cost to the country. He even mused philosophically, I'm suing myself. He made it up himself.
They couldn't even come up with this story. They had to steal his bullshit he came up about himself.
Wait.
Are you serious right now? Is this what I'm uncovering?
I'm over here trying to defend a hypothetical leftist agenda, and he's actually like, actually, it's basically like I'm suing myself. Isn't that crazy?
Leftists are like, I don't understand the system and how it works, but I'm angry about it because I'm not using it.
He's suing himself and robbing us.
It's like, well, if you understand how businesses work, then you don't look at it and go, almost like you pay yourself? Wait, you're just like giving yourself the money?
He said, I'll say, give me X dollars, and I don't know what to do with it. I guess I'll spend it on the ballroom. I don't know.
I got so much money to fund whatever I need already, so what am I going to do?
What do I have that small that I could spend $200 million on?
In other words, what did he say? man, I already have what I need. How can I give back to you guys with this money that I am getting from the government because they tried bullcrapping me? He's giving it back to us kind of in a way. It's definitely not directly, or it's not like a direct bonus check or something crazy like
he's
we
spending
get.
it on a building that the public owns.
Exactly. That's what it's not like directly, but if we go there to the location, whatnot, we get to access and use it and admire its beauty, which is kind of like all the art exhibits and the Space Museum out in DC. All those places are paid for and they're great.
Wait, you mean kind of like the Capitol building?
Oh, what?
Like how people can just walk in there because it's a public building?
Except for on January 6th or when they're conducting hearings. yes, that building.
But they were all taken out of the building. There was no one there.
Sounds like a psyop to me.
Legal hurdles. Experts say this is unprecedented and likely faces slim odds in court. There's no clear precedent for a president compensating himself for investigations into his own actions. Well, yeah, no shit, bro. So we're going to set precedent.
M. Styles, he is the king of gaslighting. Well, you see,
100%.
Well, see, here's what happened. You get gaslit by people for no reason, out of nowhere for years, just because you decided to run for political office to actually help the middle class out, and then you just get thrown all this gaslighting from here and there, and then all of a sudden you see that it's really not even that good, and you could beat them at their own game, because what do the haters hate more than them getting beat at their own game? And so he said, you know what, you guys aren't even good at this gaslighting thing. I'm going to make you guys run wild in frustration how good I'm going to gaslight you back. You're not even going to realize it, which they don't even realize until they're all gaslit up. They're like, no, we're supposed to gaslight you. Now he's got us gaslit.
You know, actually, I'm going to be the best gaslighter because I'm getting gas prices lower every day. It is now the average. People tell me the average is around about $2.30. And soon, I said this the other day.
Not in Central Illinois, but
I'll have to get. Well, you got to remember, piece of shit, J.B. Pritzker has a Illinois gas
tax of 30-some cents.
Keep that high.
It's almost like if you minus that 30-some cents from our average price, you'd almost be around $2.30, $2.50 a gallon, which is what he's saying.
And like I was saying the other day at one of the press conferences, my goal here is to get this below $2, and then it will be the cheapest gaslighting ever in American history.
I think just automatically, if gas goes below $2 a gallon, I think literally it's just part of the universal law. All Taco Bells are going to revert to the aqua and the purple stripes and stuff. They're going to all go old school. They're just magically all going to convert to the old style, look all different and everything.
Why does that connect?
Gas being under $2. That's when T-Bell had the purple and aqua vibe.
Bring us back to the time frame.
Retro, we go time travel to retrograde.
If they're already not bringing back retro crap just because that's the in thing, right?
And they're already out. You don't eat a taco. You don't eat a Taco Bell much, but they actually have brought back the decades menu right now, like the cheesy gordita, all the ones that we grew up with. Yeah,
I get off 75 hard. I'm gonna have to try a cheesy gordita crunch.
Hopefully they're still around. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, dude, the sauce on that one is just different compared to all the rest of them.
Actually, I made my own cheesy gordita crunches a few times, and the only thing missing was the sauce. But I bet I could look that up on the TikTok.
Oh, there's definitely somebody that's
guaranteed
remade that
get close enough.
Absolutely.
But I have made my own cheesy gordita crunch. It was fire. Absolute fire. Okay. New
update. Side update on food. Raisin Cane's is not that good. Also pretty sure it made me sick. Also, then other people that piss me off, I've noticed, eat Raisin Cane's. So, yeah. Screw you.
It's a hard pass, folks.
Raisin Cane's, your days are limited. It's not that good. I mean,
doesn't like it. It's not good.
I don't hope your family's not gonna be able to eat, but y'all gotta chill with Raisin Cane's the best. You haven't had actual good chicken.
Bro, 2020
It's
was the last
juicy,
time.
but that's about it. Oh, the Raising Cane sauce. Yeah, it's a sauce with some taste to it. Definitely not the best. I've had way better.
2020 was the last time it was below $2.
2020 or 2022?
2020. Wouldn't be 2022 because that was Biden, right?
I was going to say, there's no way.
And before that, 2015, late December to January.
Well, you know, Scott, that actually was because of the last administration's rules that just seeped into Trump's, and he was just taking credit for it the entire time.
Barack Obama was trying to lower the gas prices, folks, to make sure that people voted Democrat.
It's actually Obama's economy that it's $2.
Because Obama knows that Sleepy Joe couldn't win just on his own regard.
Y'all are wrong. This is actually Lincoln's economy. You're all wrong.
You know what we're not wrong about? We're not wrong about Larry Silverstein. So I would like to bring us back to the reminder of the week about 9/11, folks. Never forget.
Another weekly 9/11.
That there's some funny business being reminded here about the asbestos problem they had. Oh, it's an X post. Open it up like this.
Yes, them seed oils. You got to make sure you keep your seeds oiled. Very important. Yep.
Not recommended. I want to find that chart, man. I saw it a while ago, but and then also maybe like verify it myself. But the chart of, man, can we just make Grok do it? Okay. New topic. Can you superimpose the chart of vegetable oil use in America with the heart disease chart? I spelled it decease.
Silly goose.
Dis-ease. What is Grok got for us here? I need to. Is it going to
You
cook?
sounded out vegetable and you still didn't spell it right.
They did kind of go up in tandem here. And then heart disease dropped off drastically in 1960. Okay. So maybe we cannot entirely blame vegetable oil for heart disease.
Right.
But at minimum, it was in tandem there for a while. Interesting.
And then
people got crack and just stopped eating entirely. And then the problem was solved. No more seed oils. And
also, it probably must open up your, veins and airways a little since you're freaking going so much.
Yeah, do we call it heart disease when they die of a crack OD? I don't think so, right? That gets classified like COVID.
Right, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No,
It's just like, no, definitely it was crack. Well, did he have any comorbidities? It doesn't matter. He was
they swabbed him while pouring orange Fanta or Sunkissed over it and was like, dang, yep, positive result. He had COVID, guys. That's what killed him.
He had a crack.
Dude, that's so
pipe.
wild. Did you see that? How somebody took a test strip and put it in, it was either Fanta or Sunkissed and orange, and it came back positive for COVID every single time. There's something in one of those drinks that makes it positive.
Yeah, it's called the spike protein.
What's in our drink? Rabbit hole.
The drink. Larry Silverstein buys the lease to the World Trade Center. I forget. It was only 6 weeks previous to 9/11. Man, I thought it was like a couple months or something off the dome. But 6 months before it, the towers had an asbestos problem. The cost of removal and replacement was more than the towers were worth. It would have likely bankrupted him. The insurance company evaluated the towers for coverage at $1.5 billion. Larry Silverstein says, no, it's not $1.5 billion. They are worth $3.5 billion. So he is asking to pay more insurance than he needed to. Why would somebody do that? So then just 6 weeks later, 9/11 happened. 9/11 happened, and guess what? He can now claim the two towers were struck, and therefore he should get twice as much as $3.5 million. He should get $7 billion. After he sued, they went to court, and he got $4.5 billion. What?
So, lesson, American people, we have learned here. So 2000, we remember what happened in 2008, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was because a bunch of houses the mortgages were worth more than what the houses were worth.
Right.
So next time we get into this pickle, guys, everybody call up a personal terrorist that steals a plane, and we're just going to have like the whole, I mean, it doesn't even have to be planes. Just, there might just be a random wildfire that ends up taking a whole neighborhood or whole cities of places, If it's underwater, you just got to burn it down and make insurance pay for it. We didn't have to bail anybody out in 2008. All we had to do was set the towns on fire or hijack enough planes and crash them into all these places and claim terrorism, and then take the insurance companies to court, and then it would have solved the whole problem. We wouldn't have been here. We would have had the money for it. Yeah, there's the lesson, folks. When something is needing a fixing, you hire terrorists to hijack planes and burn them up and blow them up, and then get paid by the insurance. Yes. This is not advice, folks. Not orders, not suggestions. This is for humor purposes only.
Oil are pretty interesting too.
Don't go out there setting stuff on fire and all that bad crap.
Not quite in tandem, but they do go up similarly, and then all of a sudden skin cancer continues past vegetable oil consumption.
Oh, we've only been putting more and more and more lotions on our skin and stuff like that. So
yeah, the parabens or whatever.
And the more and more people are paranoid. Oh, maybe it has something to do with the more aluminum and barium that they keep spreading up in the air, then reflects the sunlight even more than it would normally be. So the UV rays are harsher through the years.
Metals, man.
So then you get burnt easy. So if you're getting burned more easy, what do the people that don't believe in just toughening your melanin up do? They go get sunscreen. And what do we know sunscreen has? Carcinogens like a mofo.
Wilkinson, what's the thing that we don't get in our diet that helps with melanin in our skin, even for us white folk or whatever? There was something about
watermelon?
Nutritional thing that we're missing, hey, we're all malnutrition,
deficient,
and then deficient, right? And then so that's why we get more easily sunburned as well, like modern day or some shit. And it's and then there's a lot of just we're mold people because we all stay inside.
Mold people.
We have jobs.
We are the mold people.
I gotta work, man, and then I go outside and I get roasted.
I'm just a wee mole.
But yeah, bro, 9/11, never forget.
Nope, never ever, and never let somebody tell you it was absolutely 100% a terrorist action.
Well, I mean, there were terrorists involved.
There was no funny business involved.
So Donald Trump may have an accidental win, folks. And if I wasn't already an accidental win, tell me what you think in the live chat down below, and we'll have to see what Ranter Dan has here. In the pocket on this one. So if I already didn't like the ballroom, let me go a little bit deep conspiracy with you here, okay? So if you're deep in the conspiracy rabbit hole, okay, you may remember the story about how Washington, D.C. is laid out. So Washington, D.C. is laid out a little bit special, right? Allegedly, the dark Freemasons made this, right? So check this out.
The one thing I want to talk about is the original design of Washington, D.C. As you know, this was built as a Freemason city, and there's a lot of sacred geometry in Washington, D.C. You get an overlay of this with Freemason symbols and the star, which of course looks on the surface like a satanically built city because of the geometry of this place. Now, if you didn't know, Donald Trump is building an archway and adding to the ballroom. So this sacred geometry that's been set up in Washington, D.C. is about to be considered asymmetrical now, and it's going to fuck it up. So this, quote, sacred Mason geometry.
Which, by the way, this makes a Freemason logo.
Yeah, I was noticing that. Wow.
I mean, it's a little bit of that conspiracy theory stuff where we're like confirmation bias, just drawing shapes and lines and finding things.
I mean, hey, those Jesus Cheetos sell for a lot of money on eBay, so you got to take what you can get on these.
What I always wonder is like how many places that aren't built by Freemasons look like this, or like, hey, Freemasons just think in shape because they see shape all the time. And then they're like, yeah,
I don't think
shape.
people realize how big the Freemason Society is.
Well, it spun out from the Knights Templar.
It's in like every corner, little city of the Midwest and everywhere.
It's really interesting when I meet people and I'm like, oh, this person kind of seems cool, man. We should hang out. And then they're like, yeah, do you want to come like to this Freemasons hangout? I'm like, I'm busy.
Yeah, I got things to do.
I don't know.
You have fun with that?
Yeah, I don't know, man. But I think that's really funny that allegedly his ballroom will jack up this sacred Masonic geometry here in D.C., which could be very interesting because if you believe in this wushu, it would then be breaking the Masonic wushu hold on D.C. and perhaps blocking some of the dark energies' control over D.C.
Almost like Trump might know there's some dark spiritual warfare happening.
I mean, the first
behind
one,
closed doors.
The first term, we believed he was getting a lot of kids out of the underground tunnels over there in D.C., so...
No, the road layout is weird in D.C., and it also does have a feeling to it, I would have to say.
Interesting.
You literally have to be there walking around, but it does have a different feel compared to here.
I wonder what non-biased people feel like.
Right.
Technically, you'd be in the bias category because you know about it.
Yeah, I'd say
like
I'd say I just am a valid indicator of it because I'm in tune with those senses, and most people are just like, it's just a place. Yep, there's air, sky's blue.
Right.
Like, there's
they wouldn't be tapped into feeling anyway. What should the ballroom be called? Because I think we all want to call it like,
big balls. Big balls ballroom.
Big balls ballroom, balls, big ball. I like M Styles 45, 47 Trump big ballroom. The big beautiful ballroom.
The big beautiful ballroom.
It's the Trump big beautiful ballroom. That's not bad. That's not bad. Yeah, diabetes and vegetable oil. That'd be. Wilkinson's on a trip. He's like, don't do this one. Don't do this one. What else? Should I just do them all at once? Yeah, no chemtrails. Does anybody else seem no chemtrails when the government's been shut down? He's been on that one, and I'm kind of like timid, like, hold on, I don't know, but I think you're right.
Watched them in the sky since then, so I don't know if they're just like planet activists for making sure it dies, or they're just still getting paid out there doing that.
Everybody be posting, way less chemtrails since the government's been shut down.
Maybe way less, but they're definitely still up there.
Right. Or maybe those are just the actual real ones.
You can tell between
the contrails. Yeah, I know, right? I just don't believe contrails dissipate and then stay there for the rest of the day. I just have never been convinced of that.
Maybe with a very specific air quality and environment, but probably.
But if it was cold, they'd all turn into cirrus clouds. One would imagine they'd turn all into cirrus clouds, and they wouldn't be like blanketed widespread. They'd be like the small, slender cirrus clouds that are like the frozen higher uppy, and it's cold out frozen clouds. But maybe it doesn't form that way because it wasn't natural formed cirrus clouds or whatever.
Maybe we are not meteorologists.
Damn, it's thinking hard on this one, bro. Diabetes and vegetable oil, please. And then it's a thinking about it. M Style says, "F it, do them all at once." All right, yeah. What do we want to run against vegetable oil? What's the list?
All against vegetable oil.
Okay, what is it? Should we use some of the previous ones, or like do we have new ones? Well, the one that I heard that got me to think about that was that, oh, it wasn't red meat that was clogging all the arteries and causing all the heart attacks. It was most likely these vegetable oil, seed oils that actually was doing it. Blah blah blah. What's another oil? Did vegetable oil just drop off in the 60s because another seed oil? Oh, so I want all the seed oils against heart attacks.
How we can talk to AI is
Yeah, dude, I worked with a client of mine this weekend, and we started making him a employee bot for front desk. Like, so answer phone call and tell the client, hey, do this or do that, and oh, we'll get back to you like this or like that. And it's pretty awesome, bro. You tell it the thing to do, and then you call it up, and it does those things, and you're like, it's like the same feeling you have when you teach your kids something. I would imagine. I did the thing I told it to do. All right, like
before we know it, we'll have our own C3POs.
Yeah, right, dude.
Woo!
Oh,
It'll be great.
Vegetable oil and diabetes. They look kind of in tandem. That's interesting.
Diabetes.
That's interesting. They do kind of look in tandem there.
Yep. Not perfect, but they definitely ride the same wave.
Okay, all the seed oils and heart disease definitely going to have to chooch for a while there.
Choo-chin, choo-chin.
All at once, you broke it. Skin cancer, diabetes, heart attacks. Right, man. Telling the AI to do shit's way too fun. What do we got up next here while that one cooks? Ooh, Dan posted this week.
I did.
Hold the phone.
That's
Wasn't
right.
Last minute? What?
If it's not last minute, I don't even remember that I posted for the week. This was like, oh yeah, this is a reminder.
And don't forget, folks, for a very, 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 very small Truther Tribe membership fee, you too can post throughout the week, and we will cover it on the next Truther Cast show. Just hit that join button, just a second below the video that you're watching right now. You hit that join button, and it should bring you on over to the locals community. And don't just donate and throw money. Do the membership thing. There might be a smaller button or something. I couldn't fix it to where it just went straight to the membership. But if you sign up for that Truther Tribe Primo Squad, you too can post and comment with us in the locals community throughout the week. Okay, here we go. Oh, they're all over, bro. Which one's heart disease? Red. Okay, heart disease goes directly up with soybean oil and vegetable oil, but then trails off, lagging on, what's the blue one? Cottonseed oil? But it didn't do vegetable oil.
The aqua or the blue? Because corn oil.
Aqua is cotton?
Yeah, I think that one's cotton. Or is that sunflower? And the lower one cotton.
That's interesting, though.
These colors are a little too close.
We did something in the 60s that allegedly helped heart disease, though. We're bringing it back.
Bring it back, bring it back.
When I hit numbers, it changes cameras. All right, so Mr. Dan over here said,
oh, it was a lead up. It was a setup. Gotcha. The terrorists are not even hiding anymore, guys. What are we gonna do about it?
I just think it was the video where it called him Dr. Frankenstein and said his monster shot him through the neck. I mean, obviously this is a person, and looking at this is someone who was a husband and a father, and in the days after his shocking death that happened as a result of his views, or it happened as a result as he was sharing his views publicly with people, that people found it jarring to hear such criticism of that in the immediate aftermath of
what I find jarring is that there are so many people willing to excuse the most reprehensible things that he said, that they agree with that they're willing to have monuments for him, that they want to create a day to honor him, and that they want to produce resolutions in the House of Congress honoring his life and legacy. It is one thing to care about his life, because obviously so many people loved him, including his children and wife. But I am not going to sit here and be judged for not wanting to honor any legacy this man has left behind. That should be in the dustbin of history, and we should hopefully move on and forget the hate that he spewed every single day.
I'm actually somewhat speechless, and in honor of Charlie, I'm not going to say the couple words that are popping into my brain right now about her, because although Trump might be willing to do that and hate his opponents, I'm going to honor you today, Charlie, and just try to take the nicer route. To say that Charlie should be, and Charlie's ideas should be in the dustbin of history, that's evil. I don't know what to say beyond that. You know, on our side, we don't believe in violence, and we don't need to qualify it when we say that, because it's baked into the code of being an American, that we can accept that people who think differently live in this country. We can accept it. We don't believe in violence. First off, she said that Charlie, in essence, was killed by his own Frankenstein monster. The idea that he helped soil the ground so that this kid, this monster who killed him, like it's basically his fault. That's the story of Frankenstein and Frankenstein's monster, right? And it's like, no, lady, you did it. You and the progressives who have confused a generation about their gender identity and radicalized them into all sorts of crazy political positions and hating themselves and hating the country. You are Dr. Frankenstein in this situation, not Charlie. Charlie was trying to undo the damage that you guys did.
Yeah, 100%, bro.
Yeah, just more projection. Literally,
as usual.
It's astounding how they do this. I don't get how they can do it and live with themselves, or even do they not realize? If they do realize, how do you live with yourself? Because you know what you're doing, and it's bullshit. You're like a literal.
I believe there is so much or something,
You are
dog.
a literal pile of crap in the dog park, just sitting there, covered by other piles of crap.
Well, it's just like anytime you've been in trouble, man. When you're in trouble and you feel like you did the naughty and you're getting caught on it, bro, you just start flailing out, and you believe it so much because it's self-preservation. Stupid.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of jealousy in that too. She's like, I'm not nearly as popular on social media, and I'm like good sounding woman, and like I totally am attractive, right? Yeah, you married your brother, and you believe in basically killing Christian. Believing
And
white Americans
and allegedly committed
screw you
college loan fraud.
Yeah,
She might be brought up on charges for college loan fraud as well. But yeah, she's basically trying to ruin American culture kind of thing.
yeah. What
So of course she wouldn't like Charlie Kirk, right?
I wonder how she'd feel if like that happened to her, and then somebody said that about her.
Oh.
That her legacy should belong in the dustbin, and she was just
That's
a
pretty
piece
cold.
of speck of crap.
Pretty cold, right?
Just like literally, nobody can even make it illegal, outlawed. Nobody can even post, like deleted and forgotten, not even talked, but not even allowed to talk about anymore. That's how. What if that happened to you,
Right.
What if that was? You have zero empathy if you're like, yeah, whatever.
Right. And
Okay, so if you want to simplify it that much, that if they speak that rhetoric, they belong in the dustbin of history. Okay, you simplified your view. Now let's simplify ours then. You simplified yours, we'll simplify ours.
Break it down.
You look like You look like yourself like that? Okay, yeah, you don't belong here. You actually don't believe to exist anymore. Simple as that. You got that look, you talk like that, you believe Muslim? Well, simple as that. You don't belong to exist. You're in the dustbin of history. Put the
How
shoe
does that make you
put the
feel?
shoe on the other foot.
I know, right, dude?
That's aggravating because they know what they're doing. They don't care. They want us to tear each other apart. That is what they want.
Division.
It's the only, they are making it, if they aren't with you, they're against you.
Yeah.
Zip them out. Okay, cool.
No more talking.
Okay, cool. Guess what? If we look, the thing that they don't understand, if they want to play that game and we play by the same rules, they're losing 10 out of 10.
Right. And then also, she's like the arch nemesis.
Again, they
of him.
must be absolute morons and have no intellect on seeing 5 moves down the road anyways, because that's what they're doing. They're feeding the pit bulls that hate them, the T-Rexes. They are feeding them. They are giving the T-Rex steroids.
And that's what they want.
To be absolutely as strong as it can to then devour them their own selves. Because they are arming up what they think is going to go against them or against their enemy. It's going to go and eat them.
Right.
They are feeding their own Frankenstein monster that's going to eat them.
Which is literally doing that right now because the extreme left is making them look really horrible, bro. And then they just keep, dude, I can't even get an AI to give me the right stats because they classify Antifa as right crime. They classify the BLM riots were classified as right-winged crime.
Yeah. And these people are like, look at the stats, look at the stats. Well, that's the thing. Y'all, everybody thinks it's simple. You look at this, you look at that. No, you have to look at every corner, under every rug. This is why you come to Truthercast, because it's hard to get as much info. You have to dig through all the corners. You can't just watch CNN. You can't watch just Fox. You can't watch just Wolves of Finance. You can't just watch Alex Jones. You can't watch just Joe Rogan. You have to ingest all of it.
Right. That's why a lot of people check out, bro, because it's like, oh, that's a whole nother thing. Oh, I got work to do, kids to raise, da-da-da, so it's tough.
And it's time. It's literally a full-time job, if not two, if you're going to soak up all that information.
Right.
So we do the best as we can as a team, compiling from different avenues to then get a full spectrum view on what's all happening.
And that's why we got the live chat, man, and the Truther Tribers, man. Put in your 2 cents of what you saw that you found from the previous weeks that we didn't.
It's crazy if you don't get facts from more than like 5 different avenues, you are more than likely still going to be biased and pipeline down one row.
Like
you're not going to know the actual, like, the different views to the point to know that the division is happening. They're trying to push from this side, push from that side.
Right. Well, like here, bro. So she is literally the arch nemesis of Charlie Kirk, if you think about it, right? Because she's trying to bring Sharia law into here. Right now, they're doing pretty damn good in Dearborn, India.
Dearborn, India,
Minnesota, right?
No, Michigan.
Michigan. No, that's Michigan. I thought it was Minnesota.
Rocket.
Yeah, because she's in Minnesota, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, she's in Minnesota with Tim Walz, right?
Pretty sure the city of American cars is turning into a Muslim car factory.
Hello? Where is Ilhan Omar? Residing. And where is Dearborn?
Where is Dearborn?
Muslim city. Because that's the one everybody's talking about in my feed, right? On the X is like the whole Dearborn,
with
Dearborn place.
With the governor, mayor that told the one guy that came to City Hall, basically somewhat talking against how he want a Muslim living, and that guy said, "You're not welcome in this city. You need to leave."
Oh, that wasn't even the thing I was talking about. It was they're waking everybody up at 6 a.m. with like the call for the Muslim prayer.
Yeah.
And they have like a loudspeaker in the whole city or something. But that's interesting too, what you were saying. Minneapolis, Minnesota. Okay, so you're right with the Michigan thing. Okay, so I guess it's not even her succeeding in this Dearborn, Michigan, creating a almost all Muslim
suburb of
city?
Detroit and Wayne County. Yeah. So,
Gotcha.
So
they're doing real good over there in Michigan. I ain't got anything against Muslims. It's just the radical nature of it and the non-homogenization of America that slightly makes me question this here. Like, it's supposed to be a melting pot in America, not a everyone's divided into their own culture thing.
Or like,
but that's easy for me to say. I grew up American, blah, blah, blah.
it almost feels like if you went into that town as a non-Muslim person, you couldn't use the same water fountain as somebody that was. That
Well, like you
almost
were just
sounds a
saying-
little familiar to certain times.
Like you were just saying the story of the guy saying, "Oh, you don't belong in this city," right?
Yeah. He said he didn't agree with something the government believed and how he was changing basically Dearborn into, Syria or wherever you could compare it over there. And he was like, yeah, no, if you don't like us, you're against us and you're not welcome here. You're not allowed. He told him he's not allowed. He's not welcome. He's not welcome in his city.
Sure.
Like, wow.
Your kind don't belong around
Sounds
here.
good. So you're a real bring us together type of governor, mayor, whichever one he was. It's gonna get interesting. Gonna get real interesting. Are we still doing vegetable oil stuff?
Well, I was curious what happened in the 60s that fixed heart disease.
Oh, yeah, right. If that has an answer on what we did.
All major risk factors, smoking, blood pressure, cholesterol, were identified and attacked in the same decade. Hospital survival from heart attacks doubled. Public health shifted from reactive to preventative.
Not the most
So according to the data that I got, but Grok's been answering real woke all day, man.
Yeah.
It claims seed oil consumption kept rising, so it wouldn't be from that. Obesity was rare, 13% in 60s and now 42% today. I don't know why I called it rare then. And statins didn't exist yet. Lovastatin approved in 1987.
That's the thing. So, have you heard the recent thing about statins? Statin business is at risk to go under because some doctor published some articles about how they did some studies on how basically what statins do, vitamin C does just as well, if not better. And almost like COVID with the vaccine versus ivermectin. Sounds really familiar. Cheap versus you have to buy our expensive product. Otherwise, it doesn't fix you.
Yeah, dude.
Like natural things in the nature, they'll never fix you.
Right.
We had to go through thousands of years of science and evolution and microscopes and creating lenses and glass to be able to find these chemicals to then fix us, even though we survived for millennia up until this point off just things in nature.
Makes sense for surgeries.
Yeah.
We need those things to like pull off, magical cures that we couldn't before.
Well, I feel like literally this is only a thing because of what we've been promoting in our daily and societal life.
Yeah.
If we were back to natural, we wouldn't even need the surgeries. Surgeries are a thing of our malnutrition. And we are thinking the only way to fix it is physically go in there when we know we are more of a manifested presence in this world. So that's a little bit to think about.
How about school shootings overimposed with SSRI use?
Or school shootings versus vegetable oil. I believe that is what.
You think there might be something there?
I mean, I don't think we've uncovered all the things about vegetable oils. I think we're going to uncover a gem here.
Need to continue that
There's
one.
really vegetable oils that have been doing. Yeah, SSRIs definitely probably have
I listen to way too much propaganda about vegetable oil. I very much believe that shit's horrible for you.
I mean, yeah.
But the stats, man, I don't know. Well, heart disease just went away because of smoking, blood pressure, and cholesterol. Not the seed oils like all the independent doctors have been saying. Guess you'd have to just keep digging deeper. What else was thing? Blah blah blah.
Right, more specific questioning.
I said, good Lord, help us here in Illinois. While SNAP underpayments were rare at less than 1%, overpayments, though, accounted for 10.6% of Illinois SNAP errors in 2024. Because of these administrative blunders, Illinois likely miscalculated or misdirected about $520 million worth of benefits of the $4.5 billion distributed in 2024. Whoa. So 4.5 billion is our overall benefits giveaway in Illinois? Or is that like other things included and then SNAP's a part of it? But we miscalculated or misdirected $520 million. So that one could argue, oh, that's a small number. But I think 520 million is still kind of like
it's a lot bigger than 230 or whatever it was from earlier. That's double
like
that.
Trump, you're saying?
That was what
DOJ case.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Right.
I was trying to remember.
Illinois SNAP errors could cost taxpayers upwards to $700 million in penalties. Is that an added on with the 520? So now we're getting a bigger number, because if it's added on with the 520, then we're talking 1.2, 1.3 billion of miswasted money, something, man. So all thanks to Mr. POS Pritzker. I mean, it's his watch, so he gets the blame. The buck is stopping with him. Most Illinoisans have more money being completely wasted by the dang dirty Democrats.
Dang dirty, see, it's a good saying. It's ringy, but also at the same time, I feel like it's a little bit on that division train, unfortunately.
Okay, so
they might be dirty, but
the chart claims that SSRI use does not necessarily go up and then school shootings go up. But how does SSRI use plateau from 2015 to 2024? That's interesting. But it does increase right here. Look at this. So it's going straight, and then we got a bump upwards. And then it slowly rises, and then we get a spike. And then we get a wild spike. That's interesting.
Yeah,
somewhat correlated.
Spikes are
somewhat potentially correlated, though. Look, straight and then up with it, and then up with it. Somewhat potentially correlated. Suicide and benzos?
I feel like it could be correlated. Look at that. The massive spike was right before the what could have been the re-election of Trump. I feel like that was part of the hey, look, he's making everybody crazy, guys. We don't want this, do we? Vote against Trump, because this is what happens when you have Trump.
That's where
it's literally right. But it sucks to see how much stuff goes so shitty, like right before his next term.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
They'll flip it on.
I mean, he's like in the administration. So a lot of people will be like, oh, well, why was he doing that? It's his administration. It's not like he. Yeah, his cabinet was full of a bunch of snakes.
Well,
his administration definitely could have done that.
They failed on imitating the Antifa BLM riots.
Yeah.
He was like, National Guard's going to go out there. We're going to make sure shit's going good with ICE. And they tried to do the No Kings, but they didn't turn into riots. Yeah. So he blocked them getting anything riled up and creating chaos.
Right. I didn't post it, but did you see Coast Guard? They had a border position, or they're basically making an entry. They were guarding the entry to somewhere, and these people in a U-Haul truck, a little 10-foot box truck, tried backing up to them.
Not tried.
No, they tried. They
ran into them.
No, they didn't run in. Not this one. They didn't get close enough before the U-Haul. Yeah, no, they didn't even hit the vehicle.
They ran into him, and then the ICE guy's gun went off and shot the ICE police officer as well as the criminal alien.
Well, the video I seen, they didn't even get close enough. It might have been a different occurrence.
Sure.
I mean, because guess what? If you want an untrackable car towards you, U-Haul is kind of a way. Not really, because like you need a valid license and whatnot to rent it and whatnot.
A valid license.
Yeah, if somebody uses a homie as a fall guy, like and that homie thinks he's not going to get any repercussions. That homie is in a hard place right now, locked up.
Took my license.
They're locked up. But yeah, the one I seen, they didn't even get to the Coast Guard vehicle and they lit it up. It was Coast Guard, not ICE. It was actual Coast Guard at a position. And well, yeah, no, F around and find out. You're going to back up a box truck to a bunch of armed guys. You know what that is across seas in the military? That is they have probably a belt fed in the back of that. That's what the criminals do generally, and the cops and law enforcement understand that. And that's what they are going to just have to assume with the hate they've been getting is in there. So if they're not going to risk you getting well enough in range of mowing them down, like they already could from 100 yards away, but you're going to get within 25 yards of where they can't tell if you have a belt fed in there or not, and you're not telling them what it is, but you are threatening them with 6,000-pound mobile missile of ramming into them. Yeah, they're going to fling lead at you and whoever or whatever is in the back of that U-Haul. Like, I feel like people watch this are like, oh my goodness, I can't even believe this is happening out there. Like, and it's, yep. I would have expected that. That happened. What did you think was going to happen doing that? Like, how is anybody surprised? But, people think you can just get away with anything and murder and get let out right away. So why are they going to think it's going to be any different for this stuff that they do?
I know, right, dude? That's all the people said. I've seen some Rockford City postings of they arrested a dude that stabbed another dude underneath the Whitman Street Bridge, and everybody under it was like, and you're just going to let him out? Like, what's it matter? He's going to let him out next day?
Really? Local even? They just did that recently?
Like, we don't know what happened, but everybody was shit posting below it like, cool. Is he going to be like put in jail for a long ever time?
I don't know how many murderers recently have murdered somebody and then they're just out on the streets right after.
That's what everybody was shit commenting. M. Styles in the chat. Illinois didn't pay back the unemployment benefits they got from COVID years, and the feds passed it on to all the business in Illinois the next year returns. So wait, that was like a good thing? Like they didn't spend the money and then the Fed forced them to spend all the money on the businesses in Illinois, so that it ended up as a good story? Am I understanding that right?
Let's see here.
Yeah. Yeah, this was from last week, right? You hear about the new information and the new video released from this J6 bomber that, the dirty Democrats conveniently never bring up?
Hey, whoa, that guy kind of looks exactly like the guy from before in the show.
Same board.
Yeah, yep.
You see, I think everyone has got this wrong. And on January 6th, I was on and ride along with the police, which I do frequently. And sometimes they let me make siren noises out of the window. Anyway, on January 6th, I brought my pipe with me, which I do frequently. Sometimes I smoke the pipe. But this time, they told me to get out and get rid of it. So I put it under the park bench next to my friend Kamala. Next thing I know, people are saying bomb, bomb, bomb. I think there is a lot of confusion here. I'm sure my dad will sort it out.
You gotta follow the Benny Johnson. If you're not following the Benny Johnson, their intros are murder.
What a great intro.
They're pretty banger, man. So J6 new intel.
RNC officers. The pipe bombs, by the way, really resemble FBI training devices. It really makes you wonder, is the FBI going to find someone who was working for them? I don't know. I'm not sure.
It's been speculated for a while that this was another kind of inside jobby kind of thing.
What? No.
They are, it seems like, doing their best in this new administration to find him, and this $500,000 reward for information leading to his arrest is a pretty hefty reward, one of the biggest ones out there. The January 6th pipe bomber now is, it looks like they're really doing their best to try and.
And this is huge in my opinion because, bro, they didn't really like, nobody's brought up the J6 bomber except like us freaking
conspiracy theorists.
Yeah, dude, like us talk show peoples.
An unidentified individual placed pipe bombs near the offices.
This is an official video released by the DOJ or FBI, by the FBI. Cash Patel's FBI. Cash, you're doing great, Cash.
Of the Democratic National Committee and the Republican National Committee in Washington, D.C. The FBI and our partners are renewing our call for tips from the public to help us identify the suspect. A reward of up to $500,000 is available for information that leads to the arrest and conviction of the individual responsible for this attempted attack. If you have any information, please call the FBI at 1-800-CALL. First time the suspect is seen is at approximately 7:34 p.m. at the intersection of 1st Street and North Carolina Avenue Southeast. The person walks southwest on North Carolina Avenue, turns north on New Jersey Avenue, west on D Street, and then south on South Capitol Street.
I like the music. They're using good music selection.
This footage of the suspect on South Capitol Street shows the person setting down their backpack, which is believed to contain one of the bombs at this time. The suspect appears to put on a pair of glasses and scan the area, standing on tiptoes.
Is this a random pedestrian masked hard walking his dog with a mask on?
Well, this is around DC area, right? Yeah, there's that's common.
Before picking up the backpack, turning around, and heading back the way they came on South Capitol Street.
Strange behavior, honestly.
Why aren't they carrying it on their back?
After reaching the corner of D Street, the suspect turns around again, and this time walks south all the way down South Capitol Street to a bench outside the Democratic National Committee headquarters building.
This is crazy. We got all this video now.
Right now. Yeah, now we do.
20 years after?
I was going to say, wouldn't this have been like helpful, like more near when it happened where memories are fresh because memory's not good with humans as we know?
And he didn't have 8 years to skeet out?
Yeah.
Or get buried?
Yeah.
Well, it's almost like it was buried until now.
It's almost like, yeah, they just let it simmer down so then they can make it act like you're doing something later on down there.
Because this is for 2020. Yeah, January 21, I mean. 2020 election.
Here we see the suspects sit on the bench for a few minutes. They do not place the bomb at this time.
I like the music they use.
Very chill.
Ominous.
The suspect then walks east on Ivy Street.
This is new footage.
Crazy how many cameras there are everywhere to catch something, dude.
That's what we all said. Like, what's up with like the CTV?
On New Jersey Avenue.
This ain't even probably.
And
This
then
is
pauses
random
near the
people's
corner
cameras out of their buildings and shit.
You think?
Of D Street, before retracing their steps back to the DNC bench where the first bomb is placed.
Will they just burn in time to like make sure they put it there at the right time?
New footage, new footage, new footage.
This footage shows the suspect sitting on the DNC bench.
This is allegedly a Trump supporter that would want to like bomb DNC, but then also put one at RNC. And then like it clearly wasn't good enough. There wasn't even enough like evidence they could spin because the Democrats never even brought this up. It's like, OMG, the MAGA bomber guy, the MAGA bomber, you know, like there's no like they didn't start that.
I think something else, if it would have went through and worked how they wanted, then this would have been a lot bigger thing, but it didn't. So they tried letting it.
That's the theory, right?
Letting it, yeah.
Before placing the first bomb. Here we see the suspect place the bomb at approximately 7:54 p.m.
What are they gonna do there?
From there, the person
Right,
walks
it's
north
so
on
far
South Capitol
out.
Street.
It's a pipe bomb too. Like, guess what? The pipe bombs can do some damage, but that ain't gonna put a hole in the building or none of that. Literally, if anybody's outside,
like by that bench,
yeah, they might not even die. They might get shrapnel and live. Like, depending on what he put in the. This is probably a big old Fugazi time waste.
East on
Just
D
a
Street.
thing to like make it seem like there's some crumbs. Because yeah, that is a good point. It is literally in a place where it's like, well, unless they knew somebody's walking route specifically, like somebody had a specific walking route was going to be near there, they're targeting somebody. That makes zero sense.
Well, this is what
It makes zero sense other than to walk around aimlessly to make it look like, oh, I'm trying to like beaches, and then leave this in a place that isn't really going to do anything. And then if the thing wasn't really even barely a explosive device, yeah, literally a big thing to go, hey, look over here, and they're over here stealing your lunch money.
And this was one of the I think the main reasons that they actually extracted Kamala Harris and Mike Pence from the DNC.
Yeah.
The suspect walks west on C Street, enters an alley that leads to Rumsey. This footage shows the suspect pass between the RNC and the Capitol Hill Club, holding the backpack out to the side. The person continues between the RNC and the Capitol Hill Club, then continues north on 1st Street, east on C Street, back into the alley toward Rumsey Court, back onto Rumsey Court.
Big old. That's what I'm saying. This is
like just doing a lap.
It's crazy that how the world works is just people can walk around and do this shit, and you gotta like keep an eye on them and figure out what the F's going on and keep everyone safe.
Back onto Rumsey Court, walking east until the person is last seen on camera at approximately 8:18 p.m., wearing the backpack on their shoulders. The bomb is believed to have been placed shortly before this video, based on how the suspect is carrying the backpack.
And now feels okay putting it on his back instead of carrying it off to the side because there's not a bomb in it.
We still believe there is someone out there who has information they may not have realized was significant until now. We're asking you to come forward to share that information with the FBI.
Okay, so that's the new footage. It's like quite a bit of new footage there. And it's some people are very upset about it. Some people are saying this is like part of the cover up. And some people are, really thankful that the FBI seems to be doing their level-headed best to now find the pipe bomber. I mean, again, I suppose we'll see.
Very interesting, nonetheless, in my humble opinion. Very interesting, but
seems
stupid.
a little bit like nothing but a distraction.
I know, right, man? Back to the voting fraud for the week. Do you remember that tinfoil hat theory that there were criminal aliens voting in the election, and all the lefty Democrats said no, there's no possible way they couldn't because
it's not a possibility even.
Driver's licenses and stuff and da 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 da.
You
right?
can't worry about it even if you wanted to, so just don't worry about it, okay, Jack?
Well, that's kind of crazy because Texas has just investigated over 2,700 potential illegal immigrants on voter rolls.
Wow.
That
seems like a lot.
There's like millions of people in Texas, but 2,700 in the right district and swing things, right?
I would say so.
I believe that's how voting works, right?
Not a crazy number, but definitely nothing to ignore.
One of those, we found the 1% of like the what's happening kind of thing. Yeah. So if you believe in this, theory, it's kind of like, sure, we don't have the rest of the evidence, but this kind of confirmation bias is my speculation.
Definitely
that
leans it in a direction.
There's a ton of it going on. And then just earlier in this episode, we had the 7 people that were getting caught for the fraud and voting over in Philadelphia.
Some might say this gives me a nudge over onto the side of believing that there's some funny business. Just a nudge.
Oh, yeah, the astaxanthin helps with sun tolerance. But she can't think of the one that I was thinking of with melanin. Something to do with a nutrient that helps with melanin or
melanin.
Voter fraud on voter fraud. Absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, No Kings protest says the quiet part out loud. They were literally calling to harm people with guns. So the speaker over at the No Kings riot or protest thing was like literally saying like, we need to get the guns and we need to go hurt the ICE people. And it's like, Joe, what? This guy better be getting investigated.
The party of peace and love.
Bruh. This guy best be getting investigated.
I feel like he is a, what's his face from J6 from the feds? I feel like he's one of those guys.
Oh yeah, Ray Epps.
He's like a Ray Epps right now.
Gotta get him.
He's an agent riling him up, and you're never gonna see him get legally reprimanded.
Nudge them.
Yeah, just like Ray Epps was supposed to have been having legal consequences, but all of a sudden, just nothing came of it.
Well, he was on the like most wanted list of J6, and then magically disappeared the next day, and then the internet blew it up. So they were like, "Oh, quick, get him in there to act like we're doing something," and then it all just went away.
Yep, you remember.
Yeah.
We remember. I remember. We remember berries.
Oh, yeah. We here at the Truther Cast, folks, remember these kind of things.
And probably have a receipt on the episodes in the past of exact thing.
We def do. So that's a good reminder if that you are an interested truther and you're interested in helping out with the show, make sure to hit me in a comment or a live chat or something, and we'll figure out a way to link up. But we definitely could use some help maybe with, making some clips for the show and, maybe like producing some things or, a couple helpful hands around here with the show. Right now, it's a 1.5 man show. So,
I'm not a full boy.
Wait a second. I'm the half.
I'm a real boy.
Okay, it's 2.5.
I'm not a man, but I'm a real boy.
I won't take away your whole. but I'm 1.5.
Yeah, I'm just over here. I'm not part. I'm just.
I talk
I'm
and I switch
I'm
the
a
ones and the
separate
twos.
entity.
You know.
I'm not even here in the show. I'm just a figment of your imagination.
Not only we get Dan's one post of my 15 a week.
There's your Halloween entertainment for the week.
Yeah. I'm not a big Halloween person.
Me neither. That's why it was like, oh, there's the Halloween. It's so much.
And we're done.
Yeah. Like, and I'm about Halloween myself out.
See you at Thanksgiving.
As
and
much as
Christmas.
I care for that holiday.
I'm not a big fan. It seems dark to me. Man. I don't like it.
I mean, there is that bit. I mean, it's fun. I can't like corn mazes and haunted houses. They're fun.
Why don't we celebrate harvest?
I enjoy
How to turn
them.
into Halloween and all the creepy shit.
Oh, maybe we should ask the Freemasons.
The deep state.
Yeah, pretty much.
Dark orders, spirits.
Yeah. Talking about conjuring spirits. Everybody familiar or anybody familiar with the new thing with the kids? 6-7.
Yeah,
all these
no idea
kids.
what that
Apparently, this is try bringing up the just look up South Park 6-7 episode. What is this
I was just
about?
gonna ask Brock what it was about.
All we can figure. Well, it's just funny to watch the South. That was the only reason I was doing that. Yeah, that's probably an easier way. But more than likely, they're just trying to get the kids to put out those frequencies into the universe to help whatever they got whipping up right now.
If you heard a tween or a Gen Alpha kid saying 6-7 at random, like responding to what's the time or how's your day, you're not alone. It's the latest viral TikTok slang that swept the schools, basketball games, and family dinners since early 2025. The short answer is that it means absolutely nothing. Jack shit. It's a joke. It's pure brain rot, absurdly designed to confuse adults, bond with peers,
right.
and disrupt classes. Some teachers even banned it. Kids scream it at anything involving numbers 6 or 7, lottery picks, page numbers, scores, just for the lols.
Just for the lols.
Nonsensical filler, just like skibbity or Riz, but numeric. No, Riz is actually, Riz is like
Actually,
a real
has
word.
some meaning. To
Yeah,
it.
no, that's a real one, I thought. Grok again, slop. We got Grok slop today.
Grok slop.
Grok slopping. X did have an algorithm problem that Elon said was fixed today. And I said I could tell because I was getting a whole lot of trash in my feed that I had to be like, not interested. Like, I was like, something
What is this
changed.
garbage?
Get a whole bunch of trash. Dude. What do you mean, dude? Dude is not nonsensical. That makes sense to me. But they're saying it's a 2024 track. Doot 6-7.
Doot.
Interesting.
Doot.
How old are you? 6-7, page 6-7, class erupts. Interesting. So yeah, Gen Alpha is anyone 13 years or older right now, or younger right now. So they like shortened Gen Z. It was like the shortest generation in a while or something. So Gen Alpha is already like 13 and younger because generations are not technically an age group, but more of a conceptual group of age. So you got the silent generation, you got the boomers, you got the Gen X, you got millennial, and you
Baby
got
boomers.
Gen Z.
Which ones are the baby boomers?
It was silent, then boomer,
Oh yeah.
baby boomer, and then Gen X, millennial, Gen Z, alpha. Because we ran out of the letters. We started back over again.
Repeat.
What's the short for like, or what's the like cheeky term for alpha? Because you got, no, millennials is actually just the word, and then we call them zillennials. Have the cheeky, instead of saying Gen Z. That's annoying. But zillennials
I
roll
thought it was a
smoother
whole
for some
nother-
reasons. No, they are synonymous. Yes, they are synonymous. Am I the only one that when I say Gen X, I just think of like wrestling song?
I think so. I think so. I thought that one. Nope, not me.
Oh.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
What is it? Shawn Michaels, I think.
Not sure.
We interrupt your regularly scheduled program for this special report.
Are you ready? Hey, think you
Yeah, if you were into wrestling, bro.
Think you could tell us what to wear?
Oh, I'm
you
badass.
think that you're better? Well, you better get ready.
So 90s.
Bow to the masters. Degenerate into something fool. We just got tired of doing what you told us to do. That's a breaks, boy. Yeah, that's a breaks, little man. Break it down.
Yeah, so if you're into wrestling, that might be cool to you, but everybody else, my apologies for that one.
Ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of wrath.
What was Dan's that he wanted to the useless,
yeah,
useless thing you were into to pull up like mine just now?
Yeah, it was just that. That's the one I'm pretty sure.
Coming of the Antichrist.
Hey, fellas! You want to know what time I woke up this morning?
What time?
Around 6, 7.
6, 7.
Oh, hey, Annie, ladies.
This is what the kids are
Did you
doing.
guys do your homework last
That's
night?
just the same shit we've all done. but now
I
she's
love
dumber and
that
dumber.
description from out the brain rot. That is what it is. It's just brain rot, dude. And they're using you to influence the frequencies, the energies, or whatever they're trying to conjure.
I mean, we used to think tubular was like cool to say.
Yeah, absolute radical, dude.
But that made sense.
Oh, that was just surfer language.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Now this is we are coasting closer and closer to idiocracy every month. It seems like.
I get at least one in the feed every
Like
week.
the plants crazy. I saw the one
They're
last
like,
night
yeah, what
of
was
the
that?
guy trying
It
to
was
say
exactly the
he's
same
like,
thing.
I'm just telling you, I know plants grow on water. I'm not a botanist, but plants grow with water. But it has what plants crave, electrolytes. But they don't. That's how do we know they do? How do we know? Because Bonda says that plants crave electrolytes. Like, how can I tell you? Like, plants need water. That's what it was. But Bondo has what plants crave. Like, oh, dear, it was. Oh man, it hurt. I think I lost a couple IQ points watching it. To be honest.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I am a little stupider since yesterday.
And that's all I got for you, folks. That about wraps it up here on the old Truther cast.
That's as much realization as we can bring you tonight.
Any other honorable mentions on the live chat, real quick, before we send it on off here? You're exhausted over there. No others in the chamber.
I'm just I'm reloading my shells at the moment. I gotta repack some shells.
Get ready for next week.
I don't have any zingers to throw out there.
Right, yeah.
I've expelled all my zingers for this week, I think.
Totally.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it sounded better on your guys' end,
Was
viewers.
a little echoey, but I might have fixed it mid-ride on the show here. We still get some cutout, but trying to fix that one too.
Yeah.
That's because I gotta
Slowly
keep it tight so
but
there's no echo.
surely.
Unfortunately, it's one thing and the other, you know. You do this one thing and the other thing's affected, so then you do the other thing and the one thing's affected, so
That's just how it goes. It just keeps on going.
flip the switches. It'd probably be about $500 to $700 to revamp the audio situation here. We need to get a sound mixer and then 2 condenser mics. I believe it's condenser that we need, but and then if we get a condenser mic, we might as well just get the effing arms for them. So, you know, that's like a a $200, a $150, a $150, and then like a $75 and a $75. You know, so we're like what, $350s or $500. So if you would like to donate $500, you can click that join button down below underneath the vidya, or you know, a little piece towards it, because all proceeds here, folks, go to keeping the lights on at the Truthercast and enhancing the production quality. Have you ever followed somebody that you liked? And like, you know, you followed them way early on and their show sucked. And then like over time, they got more and more popular and the show got better and like better and better. And then it started growing and giving birth to baby tongues. I know, crazy, right? So that was a Wayne's World reference. If you know that one, hit us up in the chat. So, you know, you could help out around here by joining the locals community, the Truther Tribe. It's called the Mass Stash of Insights over there, folks. But other than that, you know, signup.toleratetech.com. If you got a computer, I would love to help you out with that. You know, if you don't want to be a hoe, make sure to share
that show. It's the free way. It's the Jew way. It's the non-hoe way. Because we, you know, we can't be anti-Semitic around here. We don't want to land ourselves on that list.
What we're saying is
we might get targeted by people.
It's good to be a Jew. Share the show, man. Be frugal.
Again, it's stereotypes. It's humor, people. It's about saving money when we say Jew. Don't get it all twisted. Like, don't get your feathers all ruffled. The Jews are running the world. They're ruining the whole thing. Not all Jews. They're not all bad. Don't fall down that path. Educate yourself. Come to the Truthercast. Get that awareness and realization, education, happiness, joy, anger, whatever you come here for. You know, you should just come and get some more.
Are you saying don't be like Candace Owens and say that Trump actually orchestrated the entirely Charlie Kirk murder, and that's why he didn't investigate it and was just done, boom, done, and on, boom, done
with
with
kind
it?
of like, does that go with how like his wife allegedly got like a payment like 2 weeks beforehand and this and that?
I don't know, but Candace Owens was saying that, and I was like, bro, I can't.
I gotta
hang with
go
that.
back. I haven't actually looked into it. Did you see like apparently when she made her speech up on the stage about Charlie, and then Trump went up to like give her a hug of consoling, like she put her hand up in the horns. I feel like I watched it once and I didn't see that, and then I watched this video, and so I got to see if it's AI, deep fake or not.
AI. But other than that, folks, y'all have a great time. We'll see you at the next Truthercast. Build a better news feed and help somebody else, folks. We've got the 2. We've got the 1. And then I think we might have one of those.
Is that you, Matthew? All right.